Hey everyone, welcome to Digital Hoarders episode number 19. So glad that you're here to join us this week. I'm just happy that we're all back together for another action-packed, fun-filled episode. Myself, Doc, then we've got Brandon, and we've got Alden. It's just, let's get right into it.
The gang's all together again.
Yeah, and we're here. Yeah, look at this.
We have sweet shirts.
Yeah, if you need to check us out on YouTube because we have really cool Digital Hoarder shirts, courtesy of a wonderful, wonderful man, Diego / Dinero Primero. Did I say that right?
Yes.
I think so.
/
baby.
Oh, hey now. Hey, that's our show. That's our show.
Our other show is #DP.
You gotta stop saying.
Everyone loves DP. So.
Oh boy, there's that E. There's that E.
Doc's back, everybody.
Penis Joe.
Doc, how was the boat?
Oh, it was rocking all right. Mainly due to
Doc is Randy tonight. My goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
What was that?
Oh god.
My horrible Mike Myers impression. But no, it was awesome. Had tons of fun up in New York, freezing my ass off, folks. It was so cold. Hit -11 to -12, and then we hopped on a ship, started sailing down south towards the Bahamas, and you know what we hit? We hit a snowstorm, and I was making snowballs on top of a cruise ship almost all the way to Florida. It was ridiculous.
Did you hit
the bomb cyclone?
I was telling him that sounds like a Skylander. Like that doesn't sound like a real thing. I think that's a Skylander.
Yeah, we did. It was quite interesting. Our captain actually chose for us to outrun the majority of the storm as best as we could. We still hit 8 to 10 foot waves, but unfortunately,
like Twister on the water.
Yeah, it sounds like some shit from like
Bill Paxton was on
a 1996 movie, like Twister and what's that other one?
We're driving through it.
Yeah,
I ain't scared of no bomb cyclone.
Well, that happened to Norwegian. They thought they could, and they encountered 30-foot waves with waves crashing on top of their top deck and just flooding out rooms and everything. It was horrific seeing those.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I can't wait to go on a cruise.
Well, one of those lifetime things, you know. It was interesting, but made it on the way down to the Bahamas, enjoyed 80+ degree weather, got sunburned. It was good. So yeah.
And apparently freezer burned as well.
I got freezer burned as well. So I've hit all ends of the spectrum lately.
Yeah, getting it on all ends over there.
I know. DP.
Oh boy.
But what about you guys? What have you guys been up to?
Well, I've not been on a boat.
No.
I've been living my life like a normal person while getting picture updates on Twitter of Doc doing really cool stuff.
Yeah. It wasn't depressing at all.
While I'm outside in the cold trying to take temperatures at a post office to see how cold it really is. And let me tell you.
Answer, cold as well.
Yeah, super cold. But I have been playing video games. I did bring my cool Aloy mug today that I got for Christmas from a special boy, Brandon Murphy.
Oh, thanks.
So I'm just rocking a whole bunch of cool stuff that I got given today.
Who gave you the Skyrim hat?
I did.
Alden gave it to me.
I did it. I done it.
I done did it.
I've played a lot of video games. Does that count as cool?
I mean, it's what we do. It's why would people listen to us talk.
Yeah, I've been playing a game that I don't think any of you guys would play or would be into, but I've enjoyed it quite a bit. No, not Klaus. I will talk about Klaus, though, for sure. At some point during the show, I will be giving away a copy of Klaus for PS4.
Just make sure you're in North America.
Just make sure you're in North America and not the UK. I will specify that now because I ruined somebody's day yesterday by not being able to give them a code. I'm hoping to get a UK code from the developer. I haven't heard back yet, but he takes a couple days to reply to me. You're a super nice guy, though. Like, I can't even believe how nice that guy was when I told him about Klaus and that I wanted to give away codes. And I said, can I buy them at the $3.99 price? Because it was on sale in PSN for $3.99 for 2 or 3 weeks. And you can't just buy a code. You can't gift a game like you can on Xbox.
Unless it's on Amazon, but Amazon wasn't price matching. They don't have that code on Amazon. So.
Right. It's a tiny game that didn't sell well. We talked about it last week. So I emailed the developer and he was like, I'm so glad you're into it. You know, we really had high hopes for that game. We love to hear that people enjoyed it. We worked really hard on that. Here's 5 codes.
Nice.
Don't worry about it.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lacosa.
Vincent something or other. The developer, main developer of the game. I don't know. He also makes movies. None of this matters. This is the least interesting conversation in the history of the world. But Klaus is an awesome game. I'll give away a code. In fact, in the chat, go ahead and type #DP. #DP, and in, I don't know, 20 minutes, I'll go back and give the code away when I remember.
Or forget like we did on that one episode.
Yeah, and give it away on Twitter. So I've been playing Danganronpa 2. Not the kind of game Brandon would be into at all. Doc, I'm not sure if you would be
I've been intrigued by it, but it plays like visual novels, don't they?
Yes.
That's why I'm just like,
Yeah. It's like playing a mixture of a visual novel and an anime and a point-and-click adventure, but not really. I don't like point-and-click adventures usually. But in this one, I guess it kind of plays like Phoenix Wright. Have you played any of those games? Probably not.
No. I'm familiar with them, but I've never played them. Oh, he's
here comes Doc grabbing something.
Does that play better on Xbox?
Oh, no. Go ahead. Keep
We saw you grab. That wasn't very slick. We totally saw it.
Camera, doctor.
Well, it's no PUBG.
You are correct. It is absolutely nothing like PUBG.
Definitely not PUBG at all. So the way the game works is you are a high schooler who's been chosen to go to this like super prestigious high school that you have to apply to get into it, and you have to be an expert at something to get into it. So all these kids get into this school. You pass out as soon as you walk into the school, and you wake up, and there's a talking cartoon teddy bear.
That doesn't sound Japanese at all.
Right. It's so anime. But you find out that you have to get out of this school. It's all locked up, and you can't go home. To get out of the school, you have to murder another kid.
No.
So you have to murder a kid and get away with it.
11th grade all over again.
Yeah. So what you have to do is a murder will happen, and then you have to go around and try to find all the clues and figure out who the murderer is, because if that murderer gets away with it, everybody else gets killed. Diego, that's a good idea. I'll do the Klaus giveaway again in 20 minutes. Unless I just give it to Arado. But
congratulations, you won again.
So you got to vote in this trial. So then it turns into this whole like courtroom kind of game where you have to argue, and it's a really fun game. The first game I felt like was a bit too obtuse and weird and kind of dragged on. But it kept me interested enough that the second one is out, and I don't know, a year or two later now, I'm wanting to go back and play it. So it's a cool game, and the second one is way better than the first. The story is really good. I enjoy it. If you're into that kind of thing and that kind of visual novel / mystery / anime, if you're into all that put together, it's a really cool game. If you're not, if
you don't like any of those,
it super isn't for you.
So not for me.
So it's not a huge game, and it won't be a huge game, but it's a really cool game for those.
They've made 3 of them. I mean, people like, and 4 technically. Isn't there there was a different there's another one.
It's not the same game. It's a very different game. It's just set in the same world. But anyway, I'm not going to play the third one. So I like the game a lot. Not enough to play the third one, mostly because the third one is about 20 hours longer, and I don't have that kind of time in my life.
A lot of pointing and clicking and
Japanese. A lot of Japanese, and I want to play other games sometimes.
I want to see other people.
I want to see other people, Danganronpa. But it's a really cool game that I would recommend if you play it on Vita. I don't think it'd be fun to sit there on a PS4 and play it on a couch.
That's how I would play it.
Get out of here. That's not fun. It's cool to kind of carry it around and, on your lunch break, just be like, all right, I'm going to play for a little bit and try to solve this murder of... You don't get a lunch break.
I can just do it driving down the road.
Yeah, just play on the road. That's what Vitas are made for, right?
I'm supporting the product here, guys.
I also played a lot of Bridge Constructor on my Vita.
I've heard it's broken as hell on Vita. Like, there's apparently a bug that once you get it, it's done. Like, it just is a game crashing bug, and there's no way around it.
I think my biggest issue with it is, like, I knew when I saw the game, I was like, that's such an Alden game. Like, just kind of sitting there and trying to figure out the physics of this game and put together. And then when it doesn't work, the bridge crashes and all the cars crash
Everybody
and explode.
dies. You just like to play games where you kill innocent people.
Well, I like
students, people just trying to cross a bridge on their commute to work.
You're
an awful human being.
I am. I'm bad.
I don't know why I'm friends with you.
No, I like to think, and I like to kind of like logically put things together. So I thought this would be kind of the game for me. Turns out it is kind of the game for me, but it's too much to where it's like I get angry when I can't figure it out, and I spend too much time thinking about it. I was playing it a couple nights ago, and I looked at my fiance Tanya, and I closed my eyes for a second, and I saw bridges in my mind, and like I was trying to like put together a bridge that I couldn't earlier, and I'm like, maybe if I did this, and this, and this, and I was like, you know what, I can't play this game anymore.
Yeah, and she walked and she left you.
No, she was like, just play it.
No, she left you.
Now
like, I cannot be replaced by Bridge Constructor.
Yeah.
Your $3.99 game you got on the Vita.
Yeah.
It is $3.99 because I did look at it. But I don't think that's a Brandon game at all.
Yeah.
It's very much an Alden game, but I don't think it's a me game.
It is, but I'm not gonna play it. I got a bunch of trophies because I looked at Arado said in the chat, and then I just started building a real bridge. My backyard's just filled with bridges now.
He just walked a bridge from his house to my house.
Yeah. I looked up a bunch of the answers on Google and cheater. I know, but see, here's the thing: if I didn't do that, I would constantly be upset with myself that I didn't finish that level or whatever. So I did it just so I could write it off in my mind and never come back to it again. I finished that section of levels and then I deleted it from my Vita because.
So you do not recommend Bridge Constructor?
I don't know. If you can not be a fucking weirdo like me. I said the F word. I was trying to say Forkin, like The Good Place. Brandon, what have you been doing? Have you been watching anything? Like The Good Place?
Watching you. Yeah. So if we're going to go into what I've been watching, I went back to work.
Whoa, DP.
Yeah. DP Volume 3. Volume 4 was just a little too, I don't know, but too much story. So Volume 3 is still my go-to. But I went back to work this week permanently. So it's been kind of a dragging week, to say the least. But last week, we my wife Mary and I binge watched a season and a half of The Good Place because Alden never stopped talking about it, and my wife loves Kristen Bell, as does Alden. I don't know if he's ever told you that.
No. Could
you imagine if they did a Horizon Zero Dawn movie where Kristen Bell played Aloy?
I gotta
Your
go.
Fucking head would explode.
Hashtag DP.
Shit, I want to see that happen now. Just your head explode, not the. Just want to see your head explode. What is that face?
That's awkward.
That's an awful face. I apologize to anybody who's watching on. Do that again. Make that. Oh, please make that the thumbnail to this show. Let's all make that face.
No.
Some good radio. Anywho, so
We're so off the rails.
The show was. This is a really funny show. It's kind of hard to explain because you'll
give it away if
you'll spoil everything to it, so it's kind of impossible to give away. Just watch it; it's a funny show. But in the show, the good where they're at, they've died. They can't swear in this place, so every time Kristen Bell drops the F-bomb, it comes out as fork, or she'll say shirt. So Alden and I just recorded our other podcast, and we try to do
#DP.
Hashtag Dad Pod. I'm going to actually give us the right name so you guys don't start downloading something completely wrong. So we try to do the entire episode swearing like The Good Place. I actually did all right for somebody who swears every other fourth word. I did all right in that one.
It was okay.
It's because of last week's episode with Chris. He's teaching me to be a better man. If you guys didn't see that episode, it was hilarious because Chris does not swear at all. So much so that he wouldn't even say the name of Kendrick Lamar's CD, which is Damn. He wouldn't even say it.
I didn't put it together while Chris was doing it.
Yeah.
It was so fantastic, though, because as soon as Brandon called him out on it, because he would just talk about, Kendrick Lamar's new album, and I just really like Kendrick Lamar's new album, and that's why I like on Kendrick Lamar's new album. And then Brandon's like, "Are you just saying that because you don't want to say damn?" And he was like, "Yeah."
You caught that, right? Yeah, it's commendable. I can't do it. I fail to just pretend to say swear words. I can't even playfully edit them out. So I'm no good at that. But so we watched a lot of Good Place, and we watched. I don't know. I picked up It yesterday, and now my entire week will be trying to convince my wife Mary to watch that movie. I don't know how that's going to go. She's definitely afraid of clowns. She's afraid of clowns because of the first It movie. So I really don't think this is going to be an easy sell, but I'm going for it. So we'll see. But as far as video games, believe it or not, I did not play a whole lot of PUBG. I only played a tiny, tiny bit because I got 3 in a row, top 3 finishes. And I was kicking Apple on my way to a 4th one. I was in 7th, and I had an amazing arsenal, and and then it freaking froze on me again. And by the time I got back, I was dead. And I was like, you know what? I'm stepping away from you for quite a while because this is getting ridiculous. I can't stand these almost first places. Yeah. So I played Wildlands, which won the poll last week. I really don't understand when that game came out, why I didn't give it more time, because it's definitely a right up my alley game. Like the guys on Beyond, when it was Greg and Colin, used to talk about Ubisoft games being checkbox games. Yeah. And I love those kind of games. Like some people will mainline through it and they don't care about side missions. I'm obsessed with doing every single side mission, checking every area and making sure I've looked in every nook and cranny. And that is absolutely what this game is. Like you're just driving down the road and you'll pass just a tiny little watchtower or a toll gate or something. But in there could be intel, and there's probably going to be one guy in there you get to kill. So there's constantly places you need to stop. So I do like it, and I'm kicking myself because on the last week's episode, we talked about the Predator map, and I was kind of upset that I didn't play the Predator mode because I was under the understanding that it was a DLC map because they put out something called Fallen Soldiers, Fallen something, and I thought that was it. It's not. Predator was a free add-on to the game that runs for a short period of time. Apparently, it's only out for another couple days, so I do want to play it. But it's basically just a free add-on. So you just go out and hunt, and then if you do complete the mission and kill the Predator, you actually get his mask to wear in the game. So I have to do that.
That's really cool, but it should be a full-time mode.
Yeah, and they did a really crappy job of presenting that because I had absolutely no idea that it was limited time. Maybe they did. Maybe I just didn't read up on it. But everything that I saw just talked about this mode coming, not that it was a limited mode. I
only knew about this mode from seeing about it on Twitter and them talking about how it was coming. I forgot it was coming out. Yeah. It wasn't until last week when you guys talked about it that I even remembered it.
Yeah.
So I had no idea that it was limited time. And it's the only thing that's ever made me want to play Wildlands. I mean, that's not my kind of game usually.
Yeah, like you didn't really care. Like we talked Far Cry. It's very a Far Cry 4 vibe minus the animals, essentially, and a very more grounded drug cartel story.
And I want to play Far Cry 4. I do like it, but it just gets to a point where it's not my kind of genre, so I don't want to fill my plate with that genre, you know?
And those kind of games can become very consuming. Right. But I like it. It definitely feel like I want to put more time into it. I say that every time it doesn't happen.
Welcome to Digital Hoarders.
Yeah, seriously. And then I picked up a bunch of cheap games on the sale, and I tried to get some easy platinums. There's a guy on Twitter, Rambo. It's Rambo's Corner. I think the O might be a 0. Anyway, I'm sure you guys know who he is. He's doing a big thing this year where he's trying to platinum and finish a ton of games, and he's doing a thread. And he and I were talking, and he went back and edited his thread to tell you the difficulty of the platinum and how long it took him to get it. And he's got a bunch of games up there that are real quick. And it was like the third time I saw a game called Puzzle Simulator.
Puzzle Simulator 4K.
4K, baby. Look, Doc, that you can point to your little sign. Maybe your puzzle game plays better on Xbox. Enjoy that.
Except I don't think it's on Xbox.
Oh, sorry. Exclusive puzzling game.
Sorry, you can't puzzle on the Xbox.
Sorry, buddy. It's like pretty in-depth puzzling.
It's actually just jigsaw puzzles, by the way. It's not like
puzzles. It's not even like room. But it was an easy plat, so I got it. And I'm about to say something that's incredibly odd. You've played it.
Yeah.
That has one of the, and I'm not even kidding, one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard on that game. I'm not even bullshitting you. The soundtrack is awesome. It's such a weird mix of like some of it's like super zen music, but then it just gets like really good like chiptune music. It's a legitimately good soundtrack where I was sitting there at one point, I'm like, I really like the music to a puzzle game.
This is Brandon's.
This is odd. This is my soundtrack of the year if we could go back.
That's Brandon's
Puzzle Simulator 4K.
Sound design moment.
Damn straight. Yours was Crushing Snow. Mine's some puzzle game.
Yeah.
But so I played that and just a bunch of little things. I played Arizona Sunshine on my PSVR. Yeah. I played Super Hot, which was I'm so sad that I slept on that game for so long. Super Hot VR is fantastic. Doc's taking a picture of us. Everybody say hi.
Doc's just trying to remember that time that he didn't talk for 20 minutes.
Yeah, he's used to it. He's been on the show. Occasionally he's on the show. Super Hot. I'm sad that I slept on Super Hot for so long. I don't know. You've never played. No. Doc, have you played Super Hot on either of your VRs?
Yes.
The game it's so good.
Yep.
I feel like John Wick out there. You look like a moron. Because I let Mary play it, and boy, was that fun to watch. But then she was watching me play it. I'm like literally like, because in case you're not familiar with it, time moves as you move.
Okay.
So if a bullet is shot at you, if you stand still, that bullet's not moving. It's when you move, it moves. So it becomes bullet time. So while you're wiping out a room of like 6 guys, there might be a bullet coming at you that you are physically ducking like this. But what's great is some people have shotguns, so it's a spray. So you're literally there.
Hashtag DP.
Hashtag DP. With these guys shooting it all over your face, but then you're just.
Oh no, I don't podcast anymore.
All right, Doc, what have you been playing?
Hi, buddy. No, so I mean, I was on vacation, but I literally have been playing so much PUBG that it's just pretty much consumed my life. Beyond that, I mean, was playing Assassin's Creed. But I really haven't had time to play games, to be honest, because I've been on vacation with my lovely wife and checking out and just relaxing and everything. So that's, I'm just starting to get back into it. So we'll definitely see how that is. But, I do got my little friend here, Oscar. So
hi, Oscar.
So, special guest Oscar. We're going to put that in the notes. Oscar, favorite game of 2017. Go.
What are your gaming goals in 2018? Go.
He's like, give me a treat, Dad. Give me a treat, Dad.
I saw on Twitter you watched Bright.
Oh, yes.
I do want to watch that, too. It seems like I've never seen a movie that the critics hate and all the fans love more than this movie.
Yeah, what do you think of it?
I actually really liked it. I think, whatever kind of hate it got was just because, people just like to hate on stuff. That's the biggest thing, because I thought it was very creative and something unique, and I think that's what we needed. So whatever, I enjoyed it. So
hell yeah. When are you going to watch it? I know you're excited to watch it. It sounds so
it's so hard to say that.
It really is hard to say it.
Probably tomorrow I'll watch it.
Good.
So I have some homework to do before I head off to Utah. But yeah, so
I've never heard anybody excited to go to Utah. I know why you're going, and that's a cool reason to go, but enjoy Utah.
Yeah.
It's just like a boring state name.
I'm going to Utah.
All right. Well, let me get this feller down. I think he's
feller. Yeah, Bright is one movie that I do want to watch though, because it's weird. It's got like a 28% on like Rotten Tomatoes, but the audience score is like an 86%. So it's just one of those that I don't know what they expected. If you saw the trailers, what did you think this was going to like change the landscape of movies? It was pretty obvious what it was going to be. So I love Will Smith, so I'm excited to watch it. Are you watching it?
I would like to. I don't know that I'll ever get to it. I would like to, but
you won't look up from your Vita.
Right.
I don't know if we've discussed that. Alden plays his Vita while watching movies. Is that a sin or what? Because it's a sin. I don't know how you do that.
I'm multitasking.
It's not multitasking.
I'd rather, we've talked about this, and I talked about it with Chris last week when we were taking him home. I would rather play games 95% of the time. So it's hard for me to say I'd rather watch a movie than play a game. So a lot of times while I'm watching a movie, I'll just be like, I'm going to play this over here too. Unless it's a movie that I really want to see. And then sometimes my fiance,
DP Volume 3.
Yeah. Sometimes my fiance Tanya will start a great movie that I won't know that I'm going to enjoy. And then 15 minutes in, I'm like, huh. and I just, click the little button on the Vita and set it to my side, and I start watching the movie instead. But I don't usually go into the movie thinking like this is my next hour and a half or 2 hours.
What do you do when you go to the theaters?
I watch a movie, but I don't go to the theaters often.
But when you do, you're like dying to go see Pitch Perfect 3
and Star Wars, and like I have, but that's a good point. Like I really wanted to see Pitch Perfect 3, and I really wanted to see Star Wars Episode 8.
But you can't break away.
I haven't gone. And 1,000 children, but
True. It'll be on Vudu soon enough.
Yeah,
you just have to play the waiting game.
Yeah,
so you'll be good. Well, good, Doctor.
What's up, brother?
Hello. What's up? Hi.
Welcome to the Digital Hoarders.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I was talking to my wife. She's still sick, so it's been one of those things. We came back, and that flu bug that's going around, it's killer. So
yeah, it's no joke.
Sorry, it literally is killer. I didn't.
Yeah, I almost said literally. Then I'm like, nope, not a good joke. Not making that joke. Moving along.
So I was just making that. Anyway, one thing I do have to say is, I know I get flack from it from my spouse. I don't know if you guys do, but like when trying to watch a show and you're like, oh, I'm doing something either on my phone or a handheld. Do they do either your spouses, think that's not like connecting time, or do you think you should put those devices away and watch the show? Just wondering.
Welcome to Digital Hoarders Marriage Hour. I don't do that. I would be your spouse. I would yell at you if you pick. That's why I give Alden so much shit, because when it's time to sit down and watch a movie, it's time to sit down and watch a movie. That's how so like if it's the other way around, like if Mary, and she's pretty good at it, but she'll like pick up her phone and could get a notification and be like, I'm sure it can wait. The movie's still on. So I'm bad about that because I don't know. I like when I'm into something, I give it my undivided attention. Like like if I watch football games, I do not get up unless it's a commercial break. I don't give a shit if it's the kickoff. I don't miss it. Sure. I watched way too many 9-inning baseball games. If my attention's on something, it's on something. I can't
see. And that's my favorite thing is watching, because baseball is such a slow sport. Yeah. Watching baseball and playing a game at the same time is my favorite. That's my happy place. That's my good place.
That's your good place. But you can swear there.
But my fiance Tanya doesn't care that much. There's occasionally times when she's like, let's just watch a movie together. So there are times like, I don't know, when maybe she's feeling distant or she just really wants attention that day.
Thank you, Liam.
Oh, well, whatever.
Liam's with me.
You and Liam, you go back since elementary school because you guys hate video games. We'll sit down
and watch movies together, and we won't play video games.
Generally, she doesn't care, and generally, Brandon gives me way more shirt than she does.
100%.
I do want to go back to the beginning.
You're an awful human being.
Anybody who is talented with like GIFs and stuff, please go back and make a GIF of Brandon at the start of that conversation saying, "I would be your spouse," to Doc, because it made me happy.
Oh, I would. I was trying to find the right way to say it, and there it was. Doc, it's time for a proposal on this show now.
So, Doc, do you not play anything when you watch anything just because you're not allowed to, or?
Yeah, I'm afraid to get in trouble. Have you seen my wife's guns?
Yes, yeah. Your wife scares me, and we're on opposite ends of the country. So.
Yeah, I've been trained very well. So, no. Okay, no.
She just came in the door. What did you say? I'm sorry.
Too funny. But no. That's probably something I need to do better this year. Is actually putting my phone down, because I'm way too connected. And I mean, I noticed when I was on the trip, that was one thing that I noticed. I was like, I'd post updates for you guys and that stuff, but I really did enjoy the time just being disconnected. It was like, don't feel something. That's going in. I know I told you guys, I kind of post about it, but to the Digital Hoarder family and that stuff, I'm taking a different approach towards gaming. I'm stepping away from, that constant back and forth banter, and I'm just going to enjoy the games that we have. That's it. I'll leave up that crazy stuff, to the others. I'm just going to enjoy
There's
the game.
Plenty of them.
Yeah, Exactly. It would be so, that's the reason we started this show, was we want to have a positive outlook to talk about games. I don't know that we talk about it enough these days, but it's such a negative place Twitter is, but the world in general is just such a negative place. Let's have a good place to talk about the things that we love.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're
TV.
gamers because we love gaming. Let's enjoy that. You don't get into something you love just so you can complain about it all the time. What the hell is the point?
Exactly. I mean, oh, hi, little buddy. Yeah, so, sorry. Winston, come here. Everyone wants to say hi to you.
Oh, Winston. Hi, that was a Ghostbusters reference.
This is my youngest.
I saw it when I was playing the Vita.
So, say hi to
everyone. Hey, Winston. Your dogs look so uninterested.
You're like, oh my God, he's podcasting again.
God, Dad's just out doing his thing. He didn't give us treats before he went on.
So being Twitter positive is one of your 2018 gaming resolutions?
Exactly. So 100%. I want to be totally positive. So
do you have any more?
One other thing is actually to complete some games that are in my backlog. Hence why.
No, you can't. You think we got to kick you off the show?
I do not think I will be getting through 900 plus games this year. So yeah, too many.
I'd be terrified to actually sit down and count the actual number of physical, digital across all, like not just PS4, Xbox One, like just go across every platform you own. And I don't know if I want to look at that. Yeah, here's the thing. We are called digital hoarders because we are really, really digital hoarders. Mm-hmm. It's such a perfect name for the show. But I mean, so many of us are, like so many of you guys. I mean, that's the point. It's a new world where we can all just constantly buy games for $3 and $4. So just know, like when you are trying to figure out what game to play next and you're looking at your backlog and you have to type out an Excel spreadsheet so you can figure it all out, just so you know, I've been there. I, for real, have an Excel spreadsheet with my games on it so I can try to figure out what I want to play. I, too, wanted to go back and figure out what I wanted to get done this year and play this year. It's a lot of games. And I just started like clicking on things on an Excel sheet and I was like, let's add that. I'll play that. Yeah, I'll get to that too. And I was thinking as I was done, I was like, that's probably like 100 games. No, it's 175 that I put on my list. And that's just the games where I was like, I'll get to that this year. No, my backlog is just like, Doc's, you said 900 plus. I think mine is, if you count Steam too, it's 800 to 900 for sure. I don't even want to know. I don't.
It's just insane the way it just gradually creeps up there. And I was just like, this is just insane. And I was talking to my brother about it. And I was like, I think I'm done buying games. And then after 3 seconds, like, bullshit.
How many times have I said in our group chat, like, I'm done for at least 2 months?
So when
like, a PSN sale,
flash sale,
what?
I remember. I think it was last year. You were like, you messaged me, and I was like, there's this and this and this, and you're like, yeah, but I'm done for the year, and it was like October, maybe November, and you're like, I'm done for the year, and I'm like, no, you're not. and between that time and the end of the year, you probably bought another 15 games easily,
at least,
easily.
I've been better about it this year, but still.
This year's 10 days old.
No, I mean like
in 2018, I've only bought 34 games. I'm doing pretty good this year.
I don't know that I've bought anything. I
bought Puzzle Showdown 4K. Have I told you about that?
Have you? How's the music? Sound design?
Oh, it's amazing.
I do want to buy less this year just because I want to put time into the games that I want to play. We'll talk about the games that are coming out, but do you have any more gaming plans for the year, Doc?
Not to be honest. I mean, we've got a few big things happening this year that it's going to be good for all of us. But I mean, beyond that, I think we should just roll into what we're excited for.
Are there any specific games in your backlog that you want to get back and play?
Oh yeah, most definitely. No, I'm just playing with
Thanks.
you.
Good talk.
Actually, yes. The end.
No, moving on.
No, I was trying to be coy. Oddly. Told you, coming back to podcasting after vacation's hard.
I know. I don't.
Asshole. No. I'm in a mood, folks. You getting the raw uncut.
Oh.
What is going on?
Oh, Jesus.
We just earned our X rating on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you just put your hand up for like that? You do keep looking into your lap and going, "Hey, little buddy." So I'm not really sure what's going on. Not really sure what's going on.
Not a shower.
Oh shit!
Oh, I hope my kids aren't watching tonight.
Oh, they for sure are.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one they're all glued around the screen.
Yeah.
Wow, Dad's a pervert.
Who'd have thunk? Hi, Mom.
But
no, I literally I've got a few that I have on my pinned board that needs to be played. I definitely need to get through Final Fantasy Zodiac Age. I need to get through that. And then that's for PS4. I picked one from each. And then for Xbox, I know this is bad, but it's a story that everyone says needs to be played. It's the Before the Storm, Life is Strange.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing. That new one that kind of came out. So I got to get through those. I really want to be able to have conversations with people because that one always comes up when people are like, have you played this? It's such a deep and interesting story. And when I saw my wife, playing it on her iPad, I was like, I need to really play this game some more. So,
all right.
Yeah, I need to finish those. So, yep, beyond that. And then I guess I'll give Mario Odyssey a whirl.
It's fun. It is a fun game.
Screw Nintendo. I mean, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Positivity.
Yeah, I don't have a Switch, and I'm thinking about whether or not I want to get one because I played Mario Odyssey for about 15 minutes, and I really, really, really loved it. And we've talked about that before, and it's not my style of game. I'm not usually into 3D Mario games. There's just something about that game that's really stuck with me, and I keep thinking about it. Like, man, I do really want to play it. Maybe I'll just play yours.
Go ahead. As far as me, things that I want to cross, I say this now, but I promise you it won't be done by 2019. I want to look at some of the bigger, more storied franchises that I've never completed. For example, BioShock. I've only ever beat the first BioShock. Only ever beat the first one. Always heard the second one was super meh, but I don't care. I would like to play all three of them. Never beat Dead Space 3, beat 1 and 2.
Oh.
Some of the more storied franchises, I think I'd really like to dive back into. I say it a lot, but I would love to. Individually, I've beaten every single Resident Evil game. Yeah, every single Resident Evil game, but I'd like to kind of go back and play them again in chronological order. I don't know. Instead of looking at what's coming, because I want to play God of War and I want to play Detroit and I want to play all of these great games, Spider-Man, but that's something I feel like that's something when you think of a hoarder, that's a hoarder, a game that everybody plays and everybody knows and is so critically renowned and it's just sitting there. There's just a couple of those I think I really want to try to tick off this year. I just lost the other franchise I had right there. Yep, it's gone. But that's kind of something that I want to do. I want to try to knock out this year because I would take a big dent out of my digital backlog because your digital backlog is filled with games that you bought because they were $1.99 or 98 cents or whatever. But the games that are sitting in your backlog that you look at and you go, why the hell haven't I played that? Those are the ones I want to get to, not necessarily all of the Puzzle Showdown 4Ks, and all of those. I want to get to the heavy hitters and try to knock those out. And I want to another franchise I want to play, and I will start it over. I want to do Gears. I've beaten 1 and 2. Started 3, didn't finish it. Never touched Judgment, nor did I touch 4. But I have them all. I always hear such meh things about Judgment, but I'm not gonna. I would play those back to back to back. That's how I would like to do it, but. Easier said than done. So.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I am. That's where I fail as an Xbox person. I've only played and beat Gears of War.
So, wow, you didn't play the 4 before?
Oh, the others before.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I played multiplayer. I played the multiplayer like none other when we were over in Japan and that stuff, but I just never beat the story. So I am a very bad Gears person because, to be honest, I'm a Halo person. I love Halo beyond anything. So maybe I should do that, as to get perspective on everything where people have come from and talked about Gears. I mean, I had to get caught up on a storyline. So, but yeah.
If any, I should add Halo to that list too, because I played Halo 1 and 2 when they came out. I haven't touched a Halo since then. And obviously there's a reason that Halo has so much staying power. So there's clearly something there. I have the Master Chief collection on the Xbox One, so I really should just try to dive back into that. So yeah.
It's beautiful on that.
Yeah,
it's so smooth. It's ridiculous. I've been working my way back through them when I get a little bit of time here and there. Jesus, that's the way to play the game. So, and there's supposed to be an update coming sometime that's going to make it even better. So,
damn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
3 and 4 are really good games.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played 5. I need to, but
okay. Yeah, that is a giant, back, because a couple years ago I said, around New Year's, I was like, I'm going to play every single Assassin's Creed game. I want to do that.
Oof.
And I couldn't. I couldn't. And there's so many, but and I started with the first one, which was a mistake. The first one, a lot of people were like, just, you can kind of skip it, but I can't. The completionist in me can't just skip that game. And that's what hurt me, because I was like, I am not having fun with this game. I got to be honest. But so yeah, I would love to dive into those big ones. And actually, Liam and Arato both said Skyrim. Skyrim's a game I've never touched because, and I've talked about this before, I don't like 1,700-hour games. So I try to avoid them. But I have it on PS3, PS4. Like, I've got it multiple times. I might as well just play the damn thing.
Yeah, check it out. It is very much a check all the boxes kind of game.
And that's why so
I feel you on that. That game's just way too big. I mean, from what I had a discussion on Twitter this week, I felt like my gaming changes and style has changed as I gotten older, because we're working, we're going to school, we have life. And when we were kids, we could sit down and pour in 8-10 hours of the game into the night, after school till bedtime. RPGs and these big games we could tackle. But these days, I mean, I'm lucky if I have an hour to sit down and play it. And when you're talking, 3,000-hour game, come on, I don't have time for that. I mean, that's why Witcher 3 burned out on me so quick. It's like, I just can't. I was like, oh man, this is so good. I'm like, dude, I don't have time. I was like, I've completed 10 missions. And,
Yeah, that's The Witcher 3 is the same thing. I've never even picked it up. I have it, but I've never tried it because I'm just like, I know I'm not going to give it the time that it's due. So.
Yeah, I started The Witcher 3, but it was like, I got about an hour and a half in and it just started dumping side quests on me just left and right. And I was like, I can't right now. Like, maybe eventually I'll get back to it, but I can't right now.
Yeah.
I've said it on Twitter before, but I really feel like somebody should start a gaming website for people who don't have a lot, like for grown-ass adults. Somebody should. We'll see.
Or people who have
spouses. What the shit?
Shirt. Yeah, I'd like to get back and play on my backlog. I already said I had 175 games. There's a few that I really want to get to. I want to finish Pyre this year because I want to get to Pyre this year.
Okay.
Because I don't. That seems like such a game that I would enjoy so much, and I just haven't had the time to get to it.
You're a big fan of Bastion and Transistor, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really, really, really need to get back and basically play and finish Resident Evil 7.
Yes, you do. That I can stand behind. And
my biggest regret in gaming so far is that I've never played a Metal Gear Solid game.
Wow.
Even the first?
Even the first. I haven't played any of them. I own...
Okay. I'm booting you.
Bye, guys. I bought the fifth one. I bought Metal Gear Solid 5 because... Yeah, well, I never played it because I am the same way as Brandon said. I can't just start on a story on the fifth game. I'm the same way with Assassin's Creed. I can't start with the second one, and every time I try to play the first one, I'm jaded an hour and a half in, and I got to give up. But I've got Metal Gear Solid on the PS3/PS1. So I need to go in and play it. I have Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 on the Vita.
I can let you borrow. I have the Legacy collection too, so save yourself some money if nothing else. But that's a huge undertaking too, especially when you get to 4.
Yeah.
Apparently, I've never played 4 myself, but apparently it's like 13 hours of cutscenes.
Yeah.
So like might be a bit of an exaggeration, but 4 is a ridiculously long game. 5, I started playing. I started playing because I just wanted to see what the hype was about, and I was having fun with it. It's so damn big, and it doesn't look like on the outside that they would be that kind of game, but it just is. And like when you do run up into these little villages, if you will, they don't look like there's a lot of shit going on in these little things. So it's a meaty game, and then there's the whole, jettisoning things back and building your home base. It's a hell of an undertaking. So
it seems like it'd be fantastic. I just need to get to it.
You're getting attacked.
I know I'm getting attacked for not playing these games, but that's
Metal Gear. Are you crazy? That's
I will
2 strikes, Alden.
I will play them. Goodness gracious!
What was your first strike?
I've made some enemies.
What was your first strike?
I don't know.
Man, you are.
What was the first game I mentioned? Oh,
Pyre. I don't think
that was it. So here's my thought. I'm going to bounce this off you guys, and I've been thinking about this, and I haven't really said anything. But I think it'd be a really cool idea, and I'll throw it out on Twitter too. I'm just getting murdered in the chat.
You really
right
are.
now.
God, they're going to give us a thumbs down. Don't do it.
Don't do a thumbs down.
Makes us
I will play them. All right. So
Resident Evil 7 was your first.
Okay. I played part of it. I just didn't get back to it. I've talked about it. I just
be careful what you say from here on out.
Yeah, I can't get another strike.
Yeah. Nice, yo.
So how I think
he did platinum Puzzle Showdown 4K.
Yeah. Did I get to take a strike away?
That's a bulk.
I think it'd be kind of cool to do like a digital Hoarders video game book club, a non-book book club. Like every month, pick a game from our backlog, and everybody on Twitter, you guys don't have to do it, just one of us and people on Twitter. And
I think we should all do it. That's how book clubs work.
Yeah. But it'd be a thing we could all talk about and have our own little hey guys, let's play, I don't know.
Even if it's
Dead
one
Space
that
3.
these people have beaten already, come and revisit it with us.
Even if it's a thing that, I've beaten or whatever.
So the first game is Puzzle Showdown 4K.
Well, it's just like in the spirit of the show. I mean, the reason we're doing this is because we have 3 billion games to play, and everybody else does. But wouldn't it be cool to kind of have a spot to talk about the same game? Because I can't go back and what have I played recently? Oh, I'm playing through Nier. The first Nier on PS3.
Oh, that's yeah.
I can't go back and be like, hey, let me tell you about this game that I'm playing. Because either A, you're not interested at this point, or B, you played it so long ago that you're like, I don't. What are you doing talking to me about this? Why are you talking to me about Dead Space 2? I know about Dead Space 2.
That was your first strike.
I see.
You are striking out today.
So I'm going to throw it out there on Twitter, but if people are interested, I'd love to do that.
I think it's a great idea. Because if anything, it helps, and we can try to do it with games that we would never do it with something new. So if people want to join in on this with us, and it's something that you're buying, we would keep the cost of entry low. We're not going to pick a $60 game and be like, all right, everybody needs to play this with us. And hell, we can even wrap it around a sale.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like the time of when we announce it, we can look at a PSN or Xbox sale or whatever and say, okay, blank is on sale for $4.99. This is going to be it. Everybody, if you're in, if you already have it, cool. If not, it's $5.
Right.
And feel free to join us. So yeah, I'm down for that.
It'll all be stuff like at least a year old. I mean, at least. I guess we should we stick to games that are on this generation of consoles?
Probably.
So.
Yeah. I think it'd be easier. And then you don't have to go as deep into it. You're only going back 3.5 years.
And we could too. Like we could go just spitballing, but like games that are remasters, because then you could play it on either thing. Like if we did,
if we did BioShock,
right,
for example, I don't care if you played on PS3, 360,
right,
PS4, Xbox One. Yeah, no, the game is the same. So I agree with that. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I like that idea. If anything, it's your baby, so you can come up with that first title. It'll be Klaus.
Klaus. Well, it's not on sale anymore. So
all right, fair enough.
If you can, in the chat, if you want to win a copy of Klaus, type in #DP. I know Arado and I think Dan have messaged about it already, but this is your last chance. Jump in there, or Arado wins.
Chance to get in on that DP action.
Yeah, this is your last chance to keep Arado from winning all of our games that we give out.
Arado and Liam, who's already won a copy of it.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that's your gaming resolution. What else did you have?
I just want to be more positive. I want to be, and I want to be able to toss games out. So what I mean by that is I've got so many games on my backlog. One of the things I've done over the last few days is I haven't had a lot to play since I finished Danganronpa. I didn't want to jump into another game that took all my mind, like all my brain power. Mm-hmm. So I tried a bunch of games on the Vita that I didn't know if I was going to like, games that I bought for $3 or $4. And what I did, and I'm such a completionist too. Once I start a game, I feel bad if I don't finish it. But what I did with these games is I just decided, you know what? I'm not that into this game. I have a lot more things that I could be spending my time on. I'm good now, and I just deleted it. I'm done now. That game is off my backlog. It was a wasted $3.
Until you look at your library and you're like, man, I could.
Maybe, but I have so much stuff to play.
No, that's a good idea. I've tried to do stuff like that before. Like before I had the external hard drive on my PS4, I would always be like, all right, I got to free up some space. And there'd be all those games, and I'd be like, I could delete that, but I might come back to that.
Yeah. As
if re-downloading it's like you delete it and it's gone forever. The only game that's like that is PT, which I will never, ever, ever delete. So
I'll never, ever play.
You need to.
I know. So like last night I played, it's called Yomawari, I think.
The hell is that?
It shows up on PSN sales all the time, and it's got a really cool art style. It's a Japanese game. But it's like I don't know, you're trying to solve puzzles, but you're a little girl whose dog gets hit by a car and your sister goes missing. So you're trying to find her, and then you're just walking around.
It's a country song.
But
and
then
your wife left you.
You're walking around in the dark.
And they all come back.
That's right.
It reminds me
American flag.
It reminds me a lot of Claire.
Oh, I never played that game. I have Claire, but I've never played it.
You're walking around in the dark with a flashlight, and if you don't point your flashlight in the right direction, you don't see these monsters that will kill you.
Luigi's Mansion. Good to go.
It is. Yes. Yeah, it is kind of like a anime Luigi's Mansion.
Like Uncanny Valley and Don't Starve, stuff like that. They have those. They have those elements to it. Yep.
But I got to a point where I got through like a chapter and a half, and I just kept dying off of dumb stuff that wasn't fun. Like it just made the game tedious. And I said, you know what? I'm done. Like I'm deleting it.
I'm out of here.
After I deleted it, I went back and I checked the trophies, and I saw that like 80% of the people who played the game finished chapter 1.
8%.
28% of the people finished chapter 2. So it seems like a lot of people got where I was and was just like, you know what? Nope.
We should speaking of a game like that, we should make our first book club game. I know we said we weren't going to do PS3 games. The game Amy, because it's $1.99 and it's apparently the worst title of all time. It's a survival horror. If anybody in the chat's familiar with this game, I remember playing the demo of it and not understanding what the hell was going on. And I remember I almost jumped on it a few times, and that thing stays $1.99 now because they're like, if you want it, I mean, here. But what's the meta on that thing? It's awful.
It is a 33.
Yeah.
And it's got a 2 and 1, one of the worst of the genre.
Yeah. Yeah. That's almost like so when I used to work for GameStop and for Blockbuster, I went out of my way to rent or check out bad games because I wanted to see if they're as bad as they say they are. Usually they weren't. There is a game. Oh shit.
Jinx.
Rogue Warrior. Okay. Rogue Warrior is a terribly rated game. It is not a bad game. It's not a great game. As you play it, the dialogue, he just he's overly vulgar, almost to the point where somebody who swears as much as I am is like, all right, that really didn't even make any sense there. But he'll say like the same 8 things over and over and over and over again. And it's I can't think of who does his voice. It's a famous actor. But anyway, but I would love to do that. I would love to do something like that. Like, let's pick a shitty game, not as part of your book club, as a separate little ordeal, and play it and see. Because I guarantee you, if you play something like, we'll say 80, and we get 12 people to play it, somebody is going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's really not a bad game. And then everybody else can be like, opens up a forum. I'm down for that because I like playing intentionally bad games. Plus, sometimes maybe they're easy plots, and that makes you happy. So,
I am not against that idea, but I don't want to make the first book club game
no.
bad
this
game.
is a different
idea.
Okay. This is a new graphic for Diego to make.
Play the worst game.
Damn straight. Or just do a new podcast about it. Who wants to be my podcast partner? And we'll just play bad games. Who wants to do that?
Silence.
Look, it's a Bethesda game. Holy shit. Sure. That Rogue Warrior shirt, that Rogue Warrior game is Mickey Rourke. He does the voice.
Oh, okay.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, it's really like, but
is there a lot of cocaine and roids in it?
Clearly roids.
He said Mickey Rourke.
Pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, there's go. Arado gave it a C-. I can give it a C. Yeah, but not a. I don't know what the meta on Rogue Warrior is, but I promise you, it's atrocious.
Arado, are there any games you haven't played?
No, I don't think so. He's played Kingdom Hearts 3.
So do we want to talk about what's coming out this year?
Yeah.
Are we running late already?
Yeah, we're kind of long on the tooth, but let's get it in. Let's go.
Oh, you got 10 strikes.
Long on the tooth. Let's go. That's good. So I'm -7 now. So what do we got? We got January Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. What is that?
So it's the thing Capcom said they weren't going to do. It is.
They're doing it.
When Street Fighter V was announced, they're like, you're not going to have the super duper uber alpha mode. And now that's exactly what arcade mode is.
Definitely said that.
But in January, isn't that Doc's most anticipated PlayStation game?
Is it Street Fighter V?
No. Another game that comes out in January.
Sorry, I'm looking at something else on here.
Yeah, I see that.
And I'm so...
Look, Doc's acting now. Charades. Go, Doc. Go.
In January? The Inpatient?
Nailed it. Or is it the beginning of February? I'm drawing a blank on the title.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Yes.
That is February. I'll get to February.
Okay.
I don't know if you know how months work.
I don't.
February,
January, March, July, April, September, December, October.
I do want to point this out. I'm looking at the Wikipedia article for video games for 2018.
If there's ever a good source for accuracy, it's Wikipedia.
January 19th.
It's on the internet.
Hold on. January 19th, Kirby Battle Royale.
I fucking wish that was real. Wish that was real.
Can you imagine a Kirby game where you just dropped in with 100 other Kirbys?
I want to revisit our Battle Royale episode.
Me too.
So bad.
Me too.
Because playing Wildlands, that is the perfect environment for a Battle Royale mode because you get vehicles a la PUBG, but there's dirt bikes and it's a lot of and the terrain's a lot different. I could see something working like that. Let's take the Predator mode and just make that. So you got to hunt down 100 people, but you also have to worry about the Predator lurking in trees. Oh my God, I want that game now.
Yeah. Hey guys,
make it happen, Diego. You're a powerful man.
Dan said winner Kirby dinner.
Yes.
So let me ask you guys. I love that topic so much. Would everybody be cool if we just did a short topic?
Doesn't matter. We're doing it. Don't care what you say.
All right. Next week we're doing it. So just say it's cool.
Our 2018. It's a remaster of the episode that we did before.
January 23rd, we have The Inpatient on PSVR. I do want to play that. Doc, interrupt me if there's anything you want to talk about. 26th, we got... That was just... Why'd you side-eye me?
He does that a lot.
I side-eye a lot because my camera is off angle here. So I mean, I'm thinking bad thoughts anyways. No, just...
Oh, man. He's got his...
What did that cruise ship do to you?
It's all DP.
Put it this way. I mean, we'll just give it the thing.
Oh, Jesus.
Come on. Oh, you know about that. I'm looking for Monster Hunter World. Anyone?
Yeah, Monster Hunter World, January 26th.
Yes. Kingdom Come Deliverance.
What? Where's that?
I've heard of that, but I it's one I know it's been kicked around for a while, but I don't know a whole lot about it.
So good friend works on the PR communication side and is all over Twitter. But definitely, getting back to the medieval ages, there's this big, massive, epic battles. It's kind of open world. Looks very intriguing and interesting. It's they just announced today that it's going to be 1080p on Pro and 1440p on the X. But it's like that's all we really have information on it. I mean, we know graphics make a game. But no, so I really want to see what the meat and potatoes, because I'm a backer on the game. So definitely,
nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so definitely excited on that one.
Doc's literally invested in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Literally. I'm this year I have a lot of games.
Yeah, you do. Literally, you're in a game this year.
Yeah.
Crackdown. There's a whole bunch of others I'll talk about once it gets closer that I've helped fund. Way back, it's like 3-4 years ago that I put in. They're finally coming to realization. Everyone, it's a bad investment on Kickstarter. I'm just saying. Anyway, Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know that. Okay, Brandon, sit down. Just sit down.
You know my thing. I want to see it because I've watched all this new stuff that I watched Twitter's head exploding over, and I'm still just like, still waiting. Yeah. Again, as we've stated before, I think if I played it with people, I would enjoy it. I don't think I would want to touch that game solo. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that's what you said as well.
Yeah.
100%.
Even then, I worry that the fun would wear off after several hours.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm wrong. I'd like to be wrong.
I'm always I don't ever want a game to suck.
Yeah.
I'm always pulling for something,
So I don't know. I mean, we've got all know me. I mean, like, I'm really more looking forward to Ni no Kuni.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's moved to the summer, right?
It keeps getting moved around.
Yeah, it keeps getting moved. That's one of that one and Shadow Colossus and MLB are my top 3 for PlayStation platform for the year.
Okay.
Those are the ones that really got me like, okay, those I gotta play. So those really have got my interest. Versus Xbox, I'll play anything that Xbox launches just because it's not a whole lot that we need to. I shouldn't have said that. But it looks like they've actually finally decided to, put some games out and back this. So I think this E3 gamers are we got the console. Now they're moving. He's going down as what he's promised. So I'm just happy that it's happened. So whatever. I mean, there's so many damn games. I'm looking at the list and I can't. Yeah. It's like broke. It's just kind of
Remember when games just used to come out in the fall? And that was it. There were
they came out in October or November.
Yeah, and there were 20 games that would come out in the fall that you had to play, and then that was it for the year.
Yeah. Which is why that's a stance that PlayStation took a few years ago, and I like it. And one of the big Twitter console war things that people love to get all up in arms about is oh, well, what is PlayStation coming out this holiday?
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
And they don't matter because they look at it and they go, there's no need, because it doesn't matter what you put out. Call of Duty is going to kill it. So why send anything out to die? Put it in March where there's nothing, or February where there's nothing.
And you put out
more games are doing that now, and I like that.
You put out Horizon Zero Dawn in February, and then at the holiday, guys, it's still out.
Yeah.
People still buy it for their friends and family who don't already have the game.
Exactly. So, also, I just want to do this really quick.
Go ahead.
Since we're talking about things at PlayStation, can everybody shut up about Kratos not jumping?
Yeah, okay.
Dear Lord. Seriously.
I'm not buying
every time I see somebody, they're like, they've ruined the integrity of the game. No. I love God of War, but he was just a pissed off dude that killed everybody. He should have. He had his reasons, but there wasn't this huge thing going on, and it's jumping. They took away the X button to jump. I'm blown away that. What's up?
It's the basic. You took away.
Yeah. Dear God, I can't. When I saw somebody put it, the first person that tweeted out that I saw, and I'm like, that's funny. And then I'm like, oh my God, that's a real thing. These people are legitimately. And when again I tweeted out about it, these people that are all pissed off about it aren't going to touch the game. It's just something they can throw rocks from over here about something they didn't like.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know.
Who cares? Just enjoy your games. We just talked about that.
Yeah.
Just be happy and enjoy games. Find games you do like. I don't care if you don't like that Kratos doesn't jump. Cool. Don't play it.
And nobody cares that you don't care. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like,
find a game you do like.
Yeah.
A game with plenty of jumping. Just go get like a pole jumping game.
There you go. Go play Puzzle
Show. If you want to talk about anything,
you can jump.
I love God of War series. I love the Greek mythology, the massive, Greek gods. I love that style. I mean, heck, the aerial combat's just, flying and just freaking just tearing up fork and stuff and sharks and all that, whatever. I don't know. But it's just crazy. That was awesome. Now, I understand it's going to a very story-based Last of Us.
No, see, there's no Last of Us to it. People hear story and they always want to say Last of Us now. Like, just because it's more grounded now.
Literally.
Yeah. But the thing is, if you've noticed, it's not even that he doesn't jump. It's just that it's like a lot of games are now. Like when you get to the edges of shit, they lift themselves up. You know what I mean?
So is it a walking sim now?
If it was, I'd still play it. It would still be better than a lot of games that come out. But it's mind-boggling to me that so many people give a flying fuck about a jumping ability. Nope, I'm saying fuck because it's moronic that anybody gives a shit like this.
Sure.
Nope. Fuck it. Fuck that shit. Yep, I ruined it all. But
leave it to God of War.
But, yeah, leave it to Brandon defending PlayStation.
But no, but real talk. I'll never understand why that matters to people. Like why anybody gives a shit. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you want to get pissed off about it, wait for it to be out. You're reading something. You don't know how it's going to play.
Right.
That's what irritates. Now, if it comes out and you're pissed off that it's not there, I get it. That's a mechanic you got your hands on. You didn't like it's not there. You read an article where he said he doesn't jump like that, and you got all. And that's I don't get it. And I saw you had said something about like they took away the mythology. They took away Greek mythology. It's now Norse mythology, which is still.
I know. And see, I'm a
badass.
I love
Greek mythology. Yes.
That's what really intrigued me about the whole series with the seers and that whole stuff. That I loved, the Olympus, because that more so. But the Norse mythology is complete different spectrum. So, for people that don't know Norse, just look up Vikings. You'll have fun.
Yep.
It's if people don't understand, it's going to still be bloody as all get out because
you're still fighting things. Yeah, that are 30 times the size of you. Yeah.
The truest of warriors, barbarians. So if people are just seeing, jump, but you're not seeing, going from Greek to, good God, the other freaking killer people. We're just moving up in the ages, and then we're going to go up to being Americans. But
yeah, I don't know. It's like you said, it just goes back to people just complaining. And if you don't like it, like Alden said, then don't play it. But I promise you, people that make 7 videos a day bitching about PlayStation, you know who you are. Nobody cares that you don't like that they can't jump. Nobody cares.
Except for Brandon, who's very angry about it.
No, I'm angry that people give a fuck. Like, just
ignore them.
Let it go. Well, it is. I put that one tweet out saying I don't understand why people are so upset, and then here comes all these people like, it's because it's the basic fundamental. It's not the basic fundamentals of the game.
Yeah.
It's not,
I only know one thing about God of War, and that's Kratos can jump 18 feet in the air.
If you take that away from me, how is it a game anymore? Dear God. Now, like if Forza got rid of cars, okay, I get it. I get you being upset about that. We have gotten rid of
left. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
Left.
There is no gas pedal in this game.
If Forza took away jumping,
yes, or added jumping, but I think Doc said it. Doc said something the one time that made sense to me. It's like people want change in video games. And so God of War is like, cool, we're going to totally reboot this thing. And now people are like, I don't want change. I never said I wanted change. I want change, but I want it all to stay the same. And that's not how change works. So people.
Is anybody looking forward to Anthem?
Yes.
No.
Anthem.
Whoa.
No.
No. As long as that the loot boxes are 50% off when the game starts instead of full price.
Yeah. See, I think that's what I'm worried about is that they obviously have invested so much in loot box tech that I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking forward to or whether or not I'm looking. Plus, what shirt? What's the game that BioWare just put out? The
Mass
awful,
Effect?
yeah, Mass Effect. The goodness gracious, soccer.
Are you kidding me? That game is like the crown on my poop emoji. Okay, come on. I got that thing on sale for like $10.
And you still overpaid.
Yeah. I felt so bad. I was like, I found out they were giving it away, and I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
They gave it away to Goodwill, folks. They literally sent truckloads.
I saw that.
Goodwill.
Doc, you've gotten so sassy this episode.
He really has.
You got some sass on that cruise ship.
Yeah, basic.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. I'm really looking forward to trying that.
That is not going to come out
Is that a
this
monthly
year or at all?
this year. It ain't coming out.
You don't think so? It's scheduled for Q1.
Cool story. So how many times was the last game that I don't know. You've seen nothing.
Yeah, I know.
It's not coming
There's
out.
been some stuff. I love Castlevania. So
Oh, I
much.
agree. I want it to. I don't think we're seeing that thing until mid 2018 or early 2019. It just screams Mighty Number 9, and not in the quality of the game, but the way that it's coming down the pipeline.
It does look like they're handling it well. From the videos I've seen of it and the screenshots that they've shown of it, I think they're taking care of it. I hope. I mean, from the day one, as soon as you saw Mighty Number 9, you're like, oh, I really hope they change a lot of stuff.
They didn't. They did. They made it worse.
Yeah, they did. Which sucks. I'm such a Mega Man fan. Mega Man 11 coming out this year.
Here, I got one for you. Let's take a gander. How many games is Xbox going to release this year?
Xbox, I think it's an Xbox exclusive, has some game coming out. Fuck me, what's it called?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking at this list here. It's not a lot of Xbox.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, I'm very intrigued because, I mean, pretty much the stuff that they did, is coming out. We've got release dates on most of the stuff. They did have a good showing, some unique titles at E3, but most of that stuff's already coming out that they showed, because they're showing games at E3, then releasing them that year into Q1 and Q2 of the next year. So they're going to have a big showing at this one because, I mean, we've got Metro that's going to be a multi-plat. We've got the RPG Online Black thing, whatever, the Japanese one.
Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah,
but that's not an Xbox exclusive.
No, I'm just thinking of random weird games.
I think it's the Long Night or whatever, that one.
That one looks cool.
Yeah,
So, what is the Xbox game that's coming out? When you go to their store right now, it's on the front page. When you said I get it confused with Anthem, but it's not Anthem, and it's not because the gameplay is the same. I want to say the names are. What the hell is it?
I don't know.
PUBG comes right up. Sea of Thieves. Let's see here. What do you? We got Dragon Ball Fighter Z. We've got Sword Art. Wow. Oh yeah, I forgot Sword Art. Now that is something I'm very happy that Phil actually kind of did. That's that deal coming out. Talking to Japanese publisher.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. Crackdown 3 isn't even listed on this Wikipedia article. Doc, is there something that we need to know about this?
No.
Crackdown 3 is canceled.
You heard it here first. You heard Doc not say that here first.
So that's one thing you guys will get from me. I won't talk about anything like that.
Well, of course.
Yeah, we're joking.
I know.
Just Brandon can't talk about anything PlayStation or anything like that, unless he gets really angry about Kratos jumping.
Just morons. Just angry about morons.
While we're looking up these last few things, that's what I wanted to talk about is people do like to talk a lot on Twitter, and I think they're using it as a social platform. But I know it's all about this anonymous and being anonymous online and all this. And you think it doesn't have repercussions and that stuff. But I've talked to a lot of friends that are within the industry and that stuff. And after you start attacking them for their game that they spent years on, and, that really kind of starts to take a toll. and I'm just going to put this way. People may think, Doc, you're going off in the deep end. You're being too sensitive about it. But that's mental abuse. I'm just going to put that away. That's mental and verbal abuse. You may think, oh, but I'm not speaking it. Well, it's still within a text-based form. So it's within that realm, you know. So think before you actually type something out there, you know, because we need to be positive within this. If you don't like a feature or you don't like a game, there's proper avenues to actually go about airing those grievances. 99% of games have forums, and there's community managers that work with the community of those games to help take those issues and problems and fix them and make the game better. Don't go out there attacking these people because, oh, you don't like this thing. There's a way that you can actually get that done in a positive and constructive manner. So that's my 2 bits of advice for you.
If anything, we talk about our gaming resolutions for this year. We should try, as our podcast, and there's other positive podcasts out there, like Bras on here. So his podcast for one thing, but take the wind out of the sails of these negative people. We all know who they are without me saying their names. They're on Xbox side, they're on PlayStation sides, and they literally make 3 to 4 videos every single day bashing the competition, bashing the developers, you know, racist comments, sexual comments that just need to stop. So if anything, let's as a community take the wind out of their sails and put it around us positive people in gaming. This podcast, Bras podcast, Stinger's podcast, which I'm so sorry, I'm forgetting the name of it right now. I'm going off on a thank you. Like, get these positive podcasts and give them the light. And if they're like bullies. These guys who do this content is like bullies. You got to stop paying attention to them and they'll go away. If you stop giving this guy the clicks, he'll go away eventually. And that's what we want. Like on Twitter, I want all of these toxic people to just disappear. And I don't care if they one day wake up and they just realize what they did and they change face. That's cool. If not, just disappear. Like, it's disgusting. So if anything, let's like the people in our chat right now, everybody on the chat, everybody that watches our show, these are positive gamers. We are all gamers that own multiple systems. We play every game we can. We own too many games, hence the show. So let's make a voice and get rid of these people and just get over here. You know, support Doc's individual channels, support our channel, support Bras channel, support these people. And I don't know. I would just love to see the gaming community turn around. I understand that me saying this isn't going to have that impact, but it's what I want to see. If everybody's trying to do it, that's what I would like.
Well, and to get rid of these people, it's not like you can't attack them when they say something stupid. That's the opposite.
Don't give them the clicks.
Yeah.
Don't give them the likes. Don't give them the retweets.
Say anything to them. You're done with them, and I'm not going to talk to you anymore. So, see ya.
Like when you quote somebody's tweet, like one of these negative tweets, you're still retweeting their stuff. You're still giving them the clicks that they want ultimately.
And when you reply to them, it's still showing up in your feed.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dogs are here.
Dogs, wife's home. Actually, real quick, it is Ashen. They said in there. That Ashen game, I didn't know a whole lot about it, and then I went and watched something of it, and I really want to see some more of it. But I don't know if anybody knows anything about it, but woof.
I don't.
Are you familiar with that one at all, Doc?
Huh?
Doc, we lost you.
Doc, you're not.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Welcome back.
Ashen?
Yeah, I've seen that one. I'm definitely intrigued by it, but I haven't been too far deep into the game. That's the one that's kind of like the thinking Ashen grayscale guy has no face or something like that.
I don't know. Ultimately, the art style is I don't know,
weird.
Yeah. Again, it might be one of those things I just don't know about. And I need to play it, but it pops up as soon as I go into the Microsoft store all the time. And as I've said before, with my Xbox, I just like to play the exclusives. So I look at all the exclusives to buy, and I was looking at that one, but I don't know if anybody out there
is short.
If anybody out there is like really excited for that game, but if they are, let me know more about it.
So people, don't take my jadedness against Xbox this week to heart. I do love my Xbox. I'm just keeping it real. All right. I just want to see what's on the horizon. Quit feeding me a whole bunch of malarkey and fake rumors and leaks and all that. When I have solid credence and they actually give me games, I'm sold. Okay.
Yeah.
I have so many in the backlog. it's insane. So it doesn't. So I just want
I'd be
to
fine
see
if
where they're
nothing
going.
came out for 6 months. I'd be okay
Exactly.
with that.
It would be a dream
Yeah.
world.
But that is not going to happen. So,
Well, yeah, they do soon. Well, heck, guys, it's been an amazing episode.
Yep.
We've covered so much. It was just great being able to talk to you guys. Sadly, I won't be here.
say bi-weekly.
No.
Told you.
Talk.
Every other week.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to take my laptop to Utah with me. But I'm going to be on Wi-Fi there. So we're going to see how that works. I'm going to try. I will try to connect in, but I will be at the Sundance Film Festival. So I will do my best to be there. If not, you're in good hands with Allstate. And
Not us though.
Yeah, not us. You're in terrible hands with us. We'll try to get another football player on here so you guys like us.
You know any more NFL players?
I know one. We'll see if he wants to be on.
we got Michael Jordan coming. No,
There we go. Yeah.
If any of you out there are interested in being on the show,
I was literally about to say, put it out there right now. If we don't have Doc, Diego, Dan, Bra, Leo, Marato, anybody, if you hit us up, like if Doc's, we're Docless every other week. So
we have a lot of listeners that don't communicate with us.
Mhm.
I mean, we've got 10 people in the chat right now going crazy, but we're going to have, 100 to 200 to 300 downloads on this episode. We don't hear from a lot of you. We'd love to. If you feel like you have anything to say at all, you don't have to talk for more than 2 minutes. Brandon and I won't shut up anyway.
Fact.
Doc's still trying to figure out how to jump in edgewise.
Doc doesn't even like us.
Oh, no, I'm
I
sad.
get paid to come here, folks. No, just
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Wait a second. You pay him and not me?
Yeah.
Um,
I know why people come. I know why. It's not for us. Ross said it's the
Okay.
Bartram and those two other white guys show. Yeah,
got
pretty
my
much.
name right. Finally.
pretty much.
I thought he was going to say bathroom, but it's close enough.
Do you get that a lot?
Unfortunately, I do.
Oh, sorry.
It's like, how do you even get those mixed up? RTR does not sound like TH. Whatever. Anyway, on that note, folks, thank you for joining us. It's been another great week and episode of Digital Hoarders. I want to thank you guys for joining us and listening in, and all those listening in your cars, in your homes. Hopefully we weren't too pervy.
No, we were. We were. But you
All
know
right.
what? I'm okay with that because I'm a creep. So this just in.
Bye, guys.
All right, bye. See ya.